everybody. This is Ginger and Ginger's Chat Show. Um, it's Wednesday, February 22nd. That was Loki. 22nd, and of course you can see my title was Hump Day and then some. There's some stuff that's been going on lately, both local, regional, national. Of course, you know, day before yesterday. Hey, Dorothy! How's the weather where you are? Hey, Nancy! Good to see you guys. Right now, the temperature is dropping. It's 37 degrees, and we're going to rain snow mixed here. I hope it doesn't freeze. No, not at the moment, Nancy. At least this parking lot is constantly salted and everything else when we have, like, ice and snow and everything else. Our ground crew does a good job because they know many of the seniors either go out on their walks. You're getting warm down there? So it's been kind of, like I said, they do a good job of keeping us safe here at the retirement village. So I just don't really care to take a bad pratfall. Been there and done that when I was younger. Sorry. Anyway, in the news, I don't know whether you heard or not, or checked in upon it. I assume you guys use MSN a lot and don't use, well, so you'll know, Nancy, there's going to be two other Pacific storms coming our way. We just finished one this past yesterday. Yesterday and Sunday, we just finished the first storm, number one. Number two is supposed to hit either late tonight or tomorrow. And number three is Thursday or Friday. It depends on what trajectory it chooses and what the route it will go. But it's destined to hit the Midwest. Hey, Loki. So anyway, in the news, as usual, and of course, you know, both you and I grew up in the 60s when there was a constant threat of Russian aggression and the communist way to take over, and also using nuclear weapons. Well, in the years after that, give you a little background here from what I remember, there were a number of nuclear treaties that were created and signed. And one was the original SALT Treaty, and the other was SALT II. Well, lately, Putin, through his idiocy as usual, he wants to withdraw from the SALT II Treaty. Well, I'm sorry, but he can't. That SALT II was signed in during Gorbachev's presidency. He signed into that, if I remember right. So, Putin's being a bully. And they're now into 1 year into the war that he created against Ukraine. Well, we're sending over, I forgot how many millions of dollars over there to help out. Germany just sent Ukraine some more of its Leopard tanks to help out. how Russia thinks. They really do. Um, Especially those that are behind during the Iron Curtain days, too. Well, right now, Putin doesn't really have much of an army left, let alone weapons and everything else. And people are leaving Russia in droves just to get away from his wanting to conscript everybody to go to that war. They go, no, leave Ukraine alone. We disagree with it. Would he listen? No. He decided to be a spoiled brat just like Trump. Doesn't want to listen to rules, regulations, or anything else. Well, sooner or later, something's going to bite him. And I hope soon. Happens every time. And you think bullies and dictators would learn past lessons of what happened to dictators and bullies when they do this to other countries. Look what happened to Yugoslavia's dictator. He got done in. And several other guys, especially in the Middle East. I've forgotten this one guy, but we beat him back a couple of times. So anyway, I'm just, like I'm stating with Putin, he's rattling his tiny toy saber. Really tiny. And we're just, I think we should just, say to screw it and let Ukraine lob shells over at Russia. And then point some of those shells to the Kremlin, because my only thinking is that's the only way to put him in his place. Okay? I'm not advocating all-out world war, no. But what I'm advocating is when bullies act like that, and the only thing they understand is for you to hit back at them. That's the only way they understand. That's the only language they understand. If YouTube doesn't like what I'm saying about it, I think everybody's thinking the same thing. Anyway, on to other things. Here, stateside, Nikki Haley, I read an article through Insider Business or something like that, on their political arm, along with, MTG, the idiot lady. Nikki Haley agrees that states that want to succeed should succeed from the union. Well, I don't think she really knows how things really work. And we all should remember back history. Yeah, how when the last time that happened was the Civil War in the 1860s. There were a number of southern states that seceded from the Union. It didn't work out so well for them. Okay? And didn't really help anybody. Period. No. You think they go back and read history and read why it did not work out? Because the southern states were more agricultural than industrial. Northern states were a little bit more industrial. They didn't go with... my kitty wants some cuddles. Let me move this out of the face. Hurt yourself. There you go. You purring? You purring? So, see, is my microphone working? Yeah, it is. Okay. Anyway, where they get this idea of this, well, the MTG calls it this national divorce. It's not going to work. She said she wants a national divorce and they could form their own country. Well, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen unless you go buy a big deserted island somewhere and move over there. If they do that, then they can lose their U.S. citizenship. People should start telling them to their faces, no, it's not going to work. And if they ask why, they go, have you done any critical thinking lately? So, people like Haley and people like Green, they have really no business being in. Oh, yeah, I agree there, Nancy. Yeah, she needs to, if she doesn't like it here, then she could jolly well move and then resign her U.S. citizenship and say bye-bye. I can't stand her, and now more and more in her district, people are turning against her. She's losing support. And those that do support her is a very, very tiny minority, or a majority that's tiny group of people that still support her no matter what. And then you have the larger groups that are totally against her. And I wonder how long it will be before that district wants to do a recall. And you know what? They should make it where those that are elected to office, yeah, fine, they get in. But also they should make it easier to recall them if your senator or representative is not doing their job properly. Should be in the same category. If they're hired, they should be fired. Like Jordan should be fired. Santos is, he should be given the boot. Now, he was smart getting off committees. He really was. Green wants the attention all the time. And we shouldn't give it to her. We should just ignore her. She should be given the boot. McCarthy should be given the boot. He got himself in a hole which I don't think he can get himself out of in Congress. This political hole is what I call it. What are you doing, Loki? What do you want? Hey, I'm in the middle of doing my show. You want to move? Please? Please move. Thank you. I'm a funny kitty. He just wanted attention, and then he gets up and he blocks the camera and like, pay attention to me completely. So anyway, other than that, we just have to keep on top of the political side of things and make people do research, encourage them to do research and everything else. And those that are the mega hats, the radical GOP, they gotta have a label or something on that. They need to be told time and time again, no, this doesn't work. Go read your history. If you want some changes, then do it the proper way. And also as far as winning offices and the presidency and everything else, just go by the numbers and stop cheating, stop gerrymandering. Because when they gerrymander, how do they really know? Okay, let me rephrase this. How do they really know if those in their district are Republican and those that are Democrat? How do they really know that? Because a good majority of the American people are pretty private. You know, they keep it to themselves what um, party they belong to or what their political leanings are. So when they gerrymander, you would think that they would screw themselves up voting wise. And the voter can be pretty fickle. They could just say, nope, if you're going to be like that gerrymander, you know what? It's not going to happen. We'll vote the way we want to vote, not what you think how we should vote. That was my other pet peeve. Now, is there any other things you guys want to talk about? We got about 15 minutes left here. We're going to talk about and discuss. I know I was watching John's thing last night, and discussion on the what Green said and what Haley said and everything. Haley doesn't have the temperament to be president. You have to be wearing so many hats. You have to, you know, study every day, study your work every day, and have a good team around you and everything. I like what President Biden did. He, without big fanfare or anything else, he went over to Ukraine and checked in with President Zelensky to make sure everything's okay and what he needed and everything, which is great. That's diplomacy right there. That's helping a sovereign nation, helping them out. Because Yugoslavia has never gone against us or anything. It's not like some of the other countries that quote unquote hate us, but they still take the money. Well, that needs to change. Those countries that we give foreign aid to, we should cut them off. I said, no, you guys need to stand on your own 2 feet. Now, right now, as far as humanitarian things go, true humanitarian things go, especially with the earthquake that hit Turkey again, and oh yeah, it was a brave thing to do that President Biden did. They had yesterday they had another 6.5 earthquake hit Turkey, and this is near the town of Hatay, Turkey. Pretty close to that fault line that runs through there. And the fault line runs through Syria and into Turkey. And so both sides kind of pretty much got it. But this time around there were 3 people killed and there were 213 injured. Good majority of the people were camping out in the street because the homes have been destroyed. So, they're still burying the dead and everything else and trying to get things back on track for them. Now, another thing, too, on the news, I will mention, was it Monday? Yeah, I think it was Monday. President Carter went into home house spins. He was taking he had some couple of stays in the hospital, I think the last 2 or 3 months, and he says, no, let's do this from home. And so he's doing everything house-wise, the comfort of home, which is a smart thing to do. The only thing you pay for is a registered nurse or doctor to come in and visit and check things out and everything. And he'll be 99. Yeah, he'll be 99 this coming October. And then, of course, next year he'll be 100. Somebody mentioned that Carter should run for president. And I go, no, he's not in any shape to do it. He didn't have the energy level or anything anymore. He served his time. He served his time doing community service for the government, and he's letting the younger generation taking over. Right up until prior to him getting the two nasty falls that he had, he's been working with Habitat for Humanity and been volunteering there building homes for low income. And one person said who built his home for him, he goes, he's an excellent carpenter. He knows how things are put together. And he does a good job of leading a team and giving suggestions and finding out what works and what doesn't work. And President Carter does not mind learning new things. He loves learning the new things. So, but he is now at home house bench, but as far as church services go, he watches that online. He watches that from home. He doesn't go into physically, I don't think, in the church anymore. Unless that changed or they modified it. But he still taught Sunday school. His wife still taught. I think she teaches Sunday school. No, I think he did. He taught Sunday school or Bible study, and he is now at home. And I really thank him for the service to the country. At that time, when he was elected, I didn't really like him that well. But when I got to see the work that he did, he was trying to make, two warring countries to stop fighting and start getting along, and things will be better for everybody because everything's connected together. And then when I remember him doing the Camp David Accords, and of course, sadly, what was it, 2 months later? Nancy or Dorothy, do you remember how long after the Camp David Accords when General Hussein was murdered? One of the Egyptian generals was murdered. The president, yeah, he was the president of Egypt. Anyway, I think it was like 6 months later or 3 months later or something like that, that there were some that were assassinated during a meeting. I don't know why radical groups resort to violence for their gains. Why, I don't know. Why they want to do that. So, anyway. Well, I will see you on Friday. Let's see. Let me check my schedule. 1 minute. Okay. I'm ready for Friday. I'll do my rant. Sorry. I'm trying to still switch over to this new title. My chat show on Friday. And I want you guys to have a wonderful Ash Wednesday, which is today, by the way. And I will see you guys on Friday. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. Oh, another thing too. One thing too on this. I'm up to 16 subscribers in my YouTube channel. I like to see it grow. I really do. I want to see it grow. So share away. Say, hey, you want some down-to-earth discussion on stuff. Commercial free. Okay, it's fine. You can watch it whenever you can then, Dorothy. And I will also post this video on my YouTube channel. Okay? I will talk to you guys later. I love you all. And thank you very much for coming. Okay? See you later. Bye-bye.